I believe in love, I believe in every
Hi guys, how you all doing? George back. Today I'm obviously going to feature an artist. Guy's called Andy Hay. You heard the intro, the music there. I was watching a video by John DeVore maybe a few weeks ago, and I was quite taken by Andy. He was a British artist, a drummer predominantly, and he does a bit vocal. I think he lives in Wales, records in Manchester. I think Andy was originally a stonemason, and been a drummer all his life too though, and got a degree in fine art I think when he was about 45. So I've got 4 albums by him. He's released 4 albums in the last 4 on vinyl anyway in the last 4 years really. There's also a couple of digital downloads available. Well, all the albums are digital downloads available too, but there's 2 that's not been put to vinyl at the moment. So without further ado, I'll show you the first album I got, which was, it's a double album, and it was released at the beginning of the year, recorded in December, and it's called Children of the Sun. And this is Andy's own personal handiwork. I mean, done all himself, painted himself. You can feel the texture of the painting, whatever. Everyone's unique on the album covers. He leaves the backs blank. A bit of paint spilt over there, probably like the songs written in there. But Children of the Sun, this is a double album, 60 minutes of music, and I say Andy's a drummer. There's a lot of musicians on here, and Andy sings a wee bit too, does a bit vocal anyway. So they've all got the custom label. Now these albums are all self-released, so all the money goes straight back to Andy. It's not going through a record company. That's why you're getting the personalised, the whole personalised beauty here. Inside, absolutely fantastic. Children of the Sun does a little personal painting for you. He writes, if you get off Bandcamp, he'll write you a little note. Hey George, thank you again. Your support helps me survive another day, and the pure art of jazz goes on. Gratefully yours, one love, Andy. 2023, really nice. And he puts together these beautiful little booklets. It's maybe about 4 or 5 pages, and he threads them all through. And it's basically the liner notes of the album. You've got the musicians here, so you can see how many musicians are on it. Usual jazz musicians, and there's A, B, C, D, the tracks, 3 or 4 tracks in each song. And he'll give you a little story of how he got into his jazz. His parents were into jazz, so he heard jazz from an early age, and he was quite influenced by like Sun Ra, John Coltrane, Pharoah Sanders, etc. Albert Ayler, I think. And so it gives you a little bit story about his life and how he got into art, and how he met his fellow musicians. I think one of them was a John Coltrane fan, so they bounced off each other. And so there's a little story about that, and some of the band members have written some little notes about it. Beautifully put together. You don't get this anywhere else. It's sort of personal album to yourself, and the music is brilliant. It sounds like it's analog. It's so warm, beautiful, very personal, and it's Andy right through it. You can hear the influences a bit John Coltrane. You feel the love that he's taken from them and put into his own music, and it is his music, and it's an easy listen. It's not getting too far away with Sun Ra, you know. So the next album I picked up was, I think it was released in 2022, or like a year. Now, this wasn't available on Bandcamp, so I found it on Discogs, and it's called Another Sun. And this must have been a promo LP. He's written there, Andy, 2022, Andy Hay. Just a plain cover. It must have been for promo, for radio or whatever. It does have the original inner, and there's Andy there. And the various musicians on the album. A couple of bananas there to hit the drums with. And now this is probably what the album cover, well, it is, I think, is the artwork he would paint on the cover of that. So again, great jazz music. He comes up with the odd song he sings in, and a wee bit chant and whatever. Just a nice mix of music. And I'll give you a little listen to one of those tracks. So next off we have from 2020, it's called The Art of Lost Songs. Playing on the back again. So this is a vocal album. This is different from the other three, and every song I think was a vocal, and it's more a singer-songwriter album. It sounds more like, you know. And he's very soulful in his singing. So it's jazz music and jazz musicians, but it's more like an acoustic singer-songwriter album, really. Beautiful, absolutely lovely. Just great songs. And there we go with the artwork for the label. It matches there. We have an inner. There's Andy there, the album. And the CD, songs, and I guess that's his two kids that get a wee introduction to the jazz. Yeah, super album, we all love it, and it's a nice wee change to just the rest of his stuff. It's a bit different, and but again, all his music's, there's love, there's just a love right through the music, all his music, and very personal. So I'll give you a wee blast of a song there, break things.
I spy so many hours.
So last but not least is his album from 2019, Many Rivers. And again, another brilliant, beautiful piece of artwork. And he's done himself. Just playing on the back again. It's the label, Many Rivers, and they all have the same. They have a piece of personalised artwork, Many Rivers. Get it all out here. There we go, we have the usual wee note. So if you order from Bandcamp, you will get this. Hey George, thanks so much again for the support. I hope my first album brings much joy. Much appreciated, Andy. So that's nice. And again, the little book with liner notes and songs. There you go, beautifully put together, so personal. If you like jazz music, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, so that's Many Rivers, Andy Hay. Give him a try, beautiful. Catch you again, VC.